Historic Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium, completed and opened 94 years ago. The grand old lady, she's seen some things. Last week, for the first time ever, it hosted a girls sectional. That was a title won by the presumptive favorites to win a state title tomorrow, Peoria Notre Dame. Earlier this week, it witnessed a couple of barn burners in a boys sectional, including a remarkable comeback victory, which eliminated a team which spent some significant time as the #1 team in Class 2A in the state, and also the very team that first won a game, or won the very first basketball game ever played in this gymnasium. Tonight, Alice Ingersoll Gym will crown a sectional champion on the boys' side. It's the Macomb Bombers taking on the Rock Ridge Rockets in the Canton Sectional Championship, and you'll see it as it happens right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by McDonough District Hospital. Welcome to Canton, everyone. Alongside my broadcast partner, Justin Nelson, along with Johnny on computer, Dylan and BJ on the cameras, it's Colin Davis reporting. Nelly, if you are a fan of old school basketball with hard-nosed physical play and some sound defensive tactics, this is the game for you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Both these teams are very, very disciplined defensively. And offensively, they do what they need to do.
Let's switch it over to Kevin Stevenson, the PA announcer for the starters. Those have been your starting lineups. Kevin Stevenson on PA. It should be noted, Justin, that this is not the first time these two teams have met. This is a rematch of the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament Championship game which Rock Ridge won 35-33 in what was a defensive slugfest in its own right.
Yeah, neither team shot particularly well over there, but being on a college floor, a little bit different sight, plus the nerves of a championship game.
Rock Ridge controls the tip, and it'll be Landon Wheatley to bring it across. We'll recap the starting lineups in just a minute. They work it inside. Landon Bull, who is a very aptly named young man. He plays like one. And he's going to draw the first foul of the game. It'll go against Deion Doyle.
Foul number 10, Deion Doyle, his first.
I would tell you it's his first, but we're 15 seconds into the game. You probably knew that already. Rock Ridge inbounds it. They swing it back to the high post inside. Bull looking down below, finds the man. That's Cunico. So for Rock Ridge, it's Cunico, Bull, Wheatley, Wilson, and Clemmy. And for the Bombers, Ian Case with it right now to Deion Doyle. Going to drive in down to the low block. Shot off the board is no good. Defensive rebound. Brought down by T.J. Wilson. Come the Rockets. Bull, he can hit from out there, so they draws a man out. Hits the little running floater from about 6 feet. Justin, that is something that Landon Bull has in his game. He can hit that outside shot. That forces the defense to come out and respect that. Speaking of outside shots, three-pointer no good there by Connor Bishop. Bull with the rebound, and here he comes.
Yeah, Bull's kind of a bag of mixed tricks. Inside, very physical. Outside, has that finesse of a kind of a small forward.
Yeah, you could say that. Right now it's Wheatley over to Carson Clemmy. He's somebody who can knock it down from the outside too. Quite adept at many parts of the offensive game. He's creative, he's crafty, and he knocks down a three there, and it's an early timeout for Jeremy Anderson. So Justin, just what the doctor ordered for Rock Ridge, an early start on the offensive end, a couple of stops on the defensive end, and all of a sudden they got a 7-point lead.
Yeah, that's kind of the exact opposite of how they came out the other night. They got down pretty quick to Peoria Notre Dame and then worked their way back in it and finally took control of the game.
Yeah, and that was a kind of a scrappy win. You know, that Peoria Notre Dame team, they only came into the other night 15-17. Probably a team on paper that Rock Ridge expected that they would handle with relative ease, even though Peoria Notre Dame plays in a 3A schedule for most of the season. But that was a game squad the other night. Yeah,
and that's, you know, we talked about the other night, the 3A to 2A schedule difference. The teams are a little bit quicker, a little bit bigger, seems like at 3A. And I don't mean physicality, I just mean size-wise. But Rock Ridge handled it. The same way with Macomb, they were kind of struck by the speed of Manuel to begin with. But once they got used to it, they came on strong.
So Macomb will have it out of the timeout. They trail 7-0. 6 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Working down inside is Case. Shot up off the back of the iron, rolls down and in, and Macomb is on the board by way of Ian Case. 7-2, 5:50 remaining here in the first. In the corner, Kunico gets it down to Bull. Bull working on Doyle, backs him down and off the glass and in. Yeah, we mentioned the Macomb tournament, Justin. There are 4 guys on the floor tonight, 2 for each team that made the all-tournament team over at Macomb Western. One of them right now, Ian Case. Dishes it out. That is Drew Watson. Now Malachi Conley, who checked in at the timeout.
Yeah, you and I were kind of off on our all-tournament vote over there.
Not too bad. Yeah, I think we got, maybe 7 or so of the 10. Three-pointer no good by Case. Offensive board, however, and the three-point attempt is knocked down by Holthouse. Wheatley across. It's 9-5, just under 5 minutes remaining here in the first. Rock Ridge with the lead and the ball. Clemmy, now Wheatley left all alone for 3. No good, right side of the rim. Defensive rebound brought down by Conley. Here come the Bombers into the front court. Top of the key, Case. It's a 4-out, 1-in set right now. They work it down inside of Doyle. That's always a good idea. Try to back down his man, has to give it back out with a skip pass. Step back for a second by Holthouse. Now he gives it up, working inside. Case almost stepped on the baseline, able to keep his foot in. Three-pointer on the way by Holthouse, almost the same place he hit it. There's a step back, and his shot was about a step short. 9-5, 4:15 remaining. Bull at the high post. That's Clemmy. Clemmy's a really creative offensive player, Justin. We saw there were a lot of elements to his game as TJ Wilson backs down into the lane and gets the bucket up and in.
TJ Wilson.
Yeah, he's another one that kind of does a little bit of everything.
But it's weird. You could almost say he plays a little bigger than he is, but he also sometimes plays a little smaller than he is. You know, it's kind of a mixed bag of offense that he's got. But he's a really skilled player and another one who made the Macomb Western Holiday All-Tournament team, and for good reason.
Yeah, he's got the tough chore of guarding Deion Doyle tonight.
He's going to follow him around at the top of the key. Doyle's going to try a 3. Bang, knocks it home. So the Bombers have bounced back out of the timeout by Jeremy Anderson. It was a 7-0 run to start it. It's 11-8 now, and the teams are exchanging some punches back and forth. Not literally, of course. That would be unsportsmanlike. Clemmy on the low block. Going to try. Oh, nice little cut there by Kunico, and a beauty of a dish by Clemmy. And that makes it 13-8 now. Just under 3 minutes remaining. Doyle out at the top of the key, gets it inside. Ian Case, little jump ball. He plays a lot of tight end in football, and he can go up and get it, but he couldn't get that bucket to go. Kunico got the board, and now the Rockets into the front court. Wheatley was trying to look down below to Kunico. Kunico's got a bit of a mismatch with Conley guarding him. We'll see if the Rockets try to exploit that. This time it's Bull. No good for three. Defensive rebound brought down by Ian Case. Yeah, Justin, I would say a little bit more offense than you might have expected out of these two teams in the early going. Neither one of them known for scoring a ton of points.
Yeah, this pace, they're on pace to outscore the last game they played.
Drew Watson knocks down a three for Macomb, and all of a sudden, it's a one-possession game, 13-11. 1:45 remaining here in the first. Oh, they lost Wheatley for a second. Wheatley thought about firing. He did not. You can see a couple hands on heads in the student section down here. They thought Wheatley should take that. That's Bull, high post. Wheatley again, he's looking for a screen. Gets it. Now Wilson thinks about rolling to the bucket. They do not find him, and instead it's going to be Bull trying to back down Doyle, who's holding his ground well. Student section appreciates it, but Wheatley doesn't care. He knocks down the three. The three ball is very much alive in the first quarter here at Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium. 2 of them for Rock Ridge, 3 of them for Macomb. Now Doyle underneath. Strong move over the top of Clemmy, but he left it a little short, and it'll be last touch by the Bombers. Checking in for Macomb for the first time tonight, Jake Hobson.
We knew
Ian
what you
Case will
meant.
take a seat. What's that?
We knew what you meant.
You're used to hearing all kinds of mistakes from me on the radio. People on TSSR Game Time Live, they're not used to hearing all the mistakes from me. We'll try to remember to keep a look at who's in the live stream tonight. We'll do our best. It's kind of difficult. I can't see a thing, so it's going to have to be you guys. That ball, I don't know how that ball stayed in bounds. Clemmy saved a turnover, then made a turnover of his own. Doyle with a steal. That's Holdhouse. Back out to Malachi Conley, and Macomb will set up their offense. 30 seconds remaining here in the first.
In the chat, we got Jeff Watson from Williamsville. Hello, Jeff. Dante Drake from Charleston, Illinois. Hello. And Coach Harris's dad again, watching his son Jordan from Savannah, Georgia.
Holdhouse is 3. Hello, everybody. I don't want to ignore you all. Thank you, Justin. Holdhouse's 3 came up a little short. There was a tie ball on the rebound, and Macomb will get it with 18 seconds left on the baseline on the alternating possession. 15 now remaining. Drew Watson. Now Holdhouse. Kunico right up in his face. Rock Ridge not going to give an inch defensively. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Holdhouse going to have to hoist. 1, he got it off, but it's going to be well short. And that's how this first quarter comes to an end. 16-11 Rock Ridge in a much more offensively minded first quarter than what we probably expected. Two teams exchanged a lot of punches, but it's Rock Ridge with the early hand. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on-the-field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
Back at Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium after one quarter, Rock Ridge 16, Macomb 11. Justin, Rock Ridge came out shooting pretty well, but Macomb got themselves back into it after that early timeout.
Yeah, both teams are shooting well. Rock Ridge, the first time around, shot very well the first half, and then it went kind of ice cold. Second half, Macomb didn't shoot real well the entire game last time they played, but both teams are shooting at a fairly good clip right now.
Rock Ridge will have the ball to start the second quarter. Out there for them, they've got Wheatley, Clemmy, Bull, who's got it right now, Kunico, who's trying to backdoor cut, stepped on the baseline. It's going to be Macomb ball. Off of the turnover there by Rockridge. The final rocket out there right now is Balin Lehmans. For Macomb, that'll be Holthouse to bring it up. Alongside Holthouse is Watson. The high post now down at the low post is Hobson. The high post now is Dion Doyle. And right in front of us on the near wing, that is Malachi Conley, who has the ball on the wing. 7:29 remaining in the second quarter. Dion Doyle going to try a tough shot over Landon Bull. Bull, great defense, able to get the rebound as well. That's going to be a fun matchup to watch tonight, too, is Doyle and Bull bouncing back and forth off of each other. That's a lot of physical play down there.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be Bull underneath now. He's going to work hard on Doyle. Got him up in the air with the eyebrow fake. Almost got the shot to go, but it went off the front of the rim. And Doyle will pick up number 2. Landon Bull will head to the line.
Foul number 10, Dion Doyle, his second, team's first.
Dion Doyle, the only man with a foul in this game. He's got both of the 2 fouls, actually, as Bull gets the first one. First free throw by either team. Dion Doyle's going to take a seat with his 2 fouls. Ian Case checks back in. TJ Wilson back in for Rockridge in favor of Braden Holthouse. Got to give the Macomb student section credit, not only for getting Landon Bull to miss that free throw, but I just lost an eardrum.
They did travel in force tonight.
Give them credit, man. Good for them. And Rockridge brought a decent crowd of their own. That's a drive down here.
Yes, it is.
Always good to see Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium. Not quite at capacity, but this is as full as we've seen. Well, okay. Other than last week when the girls section was here, this is as full as we've seen it in a long time.
Yeah, a lot bigger crowd the semifinal games of this week.
Three-pointer on the way. Conley knocks it down. 6:24 remaining here in the second. Rockridge, their lead is now down to 3 off of that big three-pointer by Conley. That's TJ Wilson. The high post, now to Bull. Bull's going to use the screen, try to knock down the 3. It was on line but long. Defensive rebound, Conley. He's had a couple of good possessions. And he starts off the possession for the Bombers now. It's Holthouse. That was Hobson. Now Conley in front of us. Watson. And Cates. So all 5 Bombers have touched on this possession. Thinking Hoosiers, that means somebody can shoot. .537 remaining. Rockridge doing a nice job of keeping Macomb out of the paint. Oh, they left him open. Good work there. That was well designed, well drawn up. Good motion play. And knocked down the 3 does Drew Watson. He's got a pair of them in this game, and this game is tied. 5:20 remaining here in the second. That almost reminded me, there was a little bit of that double screen, almost the X2 play back in your days there, Justin.
Yeah, except for about the 4th time they ran that through, he did not take the screens that came back, and that's where the defender tried to cheat it, got beat on it.
Now it's Landon Bull. Wheatley looking for a screen from Wilson. Oh, he's left open, used that screen to perfection, and knocks down the 3 off the dribble.
It's a 3 fest tonight.
It's a heavyweight battle. And these 2 teams are showing why they are 2 heavyweights. 4:40 remaining here in this first half. 20-17, Rockridge with the ball, or with the lead, Macomb with the ball. Another 3 on the way. Conley knocks it down, my goodness. If this were NBA Jam Tournament Edition, they would have to replace both the nets because those things would have been on fire about 5 minutes ago. Working it down, dangerous pass. Bull able to get away with it. Clemmy, yeah, they're going to call the foul. As Bull was tripped on his way up. Clemmy came away with that loose ball. It was tipped right back out to him. And then Landon Bull took things into his own hands. They're going to say that foul was on the floor.
Sounds like the Macomb student section's happy with that one.
Yes, quite pleased. Jake Hobson picked up that foul. It's his first. Working down inside, Wilson. Over Case, no. Whistle.
blood.
Yep, Landon Bull is going to have to get things addressed over there. Checking in for him will be Balin Lehmans. So Bull will get that elbow dressed up. Looks like that's where the wound is. Nothing too serious. In fact, I'm sure he's had worse in football practice. It's an all-stater on the football field as well. 3:40 remaining here in the second quarter. 20 all. Malachi Conley, who's had a big second quarter so far.
His football coach is a former Little Giant himself.
That's true. Yeah, a little Canton connection as well. Inside, that was Hobson there.
Nice pass by Holthouse inside.
Macomb so far on an 11-4 run this quarter. And they have taken a 2-point lead. It's 16-11 after one. It's 22-20 Macomb with 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Inside, Clemmy. He's going to go to the line. That foul will go against Balin Lehmans. It'll be his first. Not Balin Lehmans, excuse me. It'll go against Braden Holthouse. I color code my sheets, as you know, Justin. The people at home don't know this. I color code my sheets so I don't exchange teams, but the red on this looked too close to the orange of Macomb. So my printer, I'm going to blame it.
Should have been here the other night when Macomb and Manuel both black and orange.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
We kept calling the other team the wrong team. It was
Clemmy's first free throw, no good. Landon Bull back in. Clemmy's second free throw off the back of the iron, no. Defensive rebound into the hands of Braden Holthouse. So Rock Ridge 1 for 4 on free throws. Sorry, Justin, I didn't mean to cut you there.
Oh, you're fine. If I'm reading the chat correctly, I believe it's Jesse Douglas checking in from East St. Louis. Says go Dion.
That's a dandy of a move there by Ian Case. Little baby hook stepping through the lane and gets it to go from about 7 feet. 24-20 Macomb with the lead. 2:35 remaining here in the second. Wheatley trying to create.
And James, I agree with you. This is a lot better offensive game than it was the other night.
Either of the games the other night, man. Manuel pulled the air out of the ball, and that may have been one of their downfalls. Clemmy left open. He's going to step into the short corner. Extra pass to Wheatley, top of the key. No good off the back of the iron. Bull with the offensive board, had it stripped on his way up. Holthouse comes away with it for the Bombers. 2:05 remaining here in this second. Macomb 24, Rockridge 20. Hobson now to Conley and Watson and Holthouse in that case. All five have touched it again. Macomb making this run largely with Dion Doyle on the bench. He's got 2 fouls. Standing up over there, cheering on his team, helping to direct traffic just as much as Jeremy Anderson is.
Who we learned the other night is nicknamed Toad.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. Ian Case, a little step back running jumper.
One of his
I don't really want to call that a fadeaway. I mean, it was a true fadeaway. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Coach Anderson, one of his former coaches that used to coach with him at Abington, let us know that.
Speaking of Abington, you can check out the other stream on TSSR Game Time live tonight. We hope you'll stay here. But then over there in that one is Landon Bull runs through the lane and gets that bucket to go. Gets his team back within a pair. 1 minute remaining here in the second. Over there in Abington Avon, TSSR Game Time Live is live. And that is Illini Bluffs and Camp Point Central.
That should be a great game.
Absolutely. 45 seconds remaining. Conley, he's got 3 of them this quarter. He's holding the gooseneck up, and he deserves to. 27-22, 35 seconds remaining. Macomb has bounced back from a 5-point deficit after the end of the first quarter, and they hold a 5-point lead here. And Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium sounds like it's been moved about 40 miles west. Bull had it stripped. Taken away. Here comes Watson looking for Conley. Led him a little bit too much. And Macomb turns it over on the baseline. Adrenaline maybe pushing a bit too much. And Jeremy Anderson kind of reminding him. You could see him pointing at the clock. There'll be a whistle. And a timeout will be taken by Jordan Harris. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here.
Rockridge takes a 30-second timeout.
Justin, you got 16.6 seconds left here. There's a big difference between a 5-point lead and a 3 or potentially even 2-point lead. So what are you doing here if you're Rockridge? What are you looking to try to do?
Well, I'm going to take it down to probably about 7-8 seconds before I even make a move towards the hoop, and then get a shot. Hopefully, if we don't get it in, get an offensive rebound. If not, make sure you do not let anything get up court quick.
Yeah, I mean, that was you don't want to fall into the same trap that Macomb let themselves fall into on that last possession. They tried to run things a little too quickly, and now all of a sudden Rockridge has an opportunity to get this back to a one-possession game. 16.6 left in this second quarter. And out of the timeout, it'll be Clemmy to throw it into Wheatley. Bull, Kunico, and Wilson, the other 3 Rockridge Rockets out there. That's Bull, top of the key. They left Kunico open. He can shoot it. He can't get that one. Wilson, offensive board. This is going to perfection for you, Justin. 3, 2. Can't get that one to go. That was halfway down and it rolled out. That one will not count even if it goes, but that's a heck of an attempt from about 75 feet. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Macomb, they trailed by 5 after one quarter. They lead by 5 after 2. Both teams exchanging some figurative punches. We're going to take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live. We will have all the stats from the first half. And when we come back, but first you're going to hear a little bit from McDonough District Hospital. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, here at Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium, where Macomb leads Rockridge 27-22.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
As you know, MDH is our title sponsor here on TSSR Game Time Live, and we're here with Lindsay Douglas, the Director of Physician and Provider Recruitment. I about left out provider out of that. So Physician and Provider Recruitment here at MDH. It's a huge mouthful for me, so explain to us what that is.
Sure. So I am in charge of bringing in candidates for both physician and provider positions here at MDH. So provider meaning anything like nurse practitioner, advanced practice nurse practitioner, physician assistant, things like that. So I source those candidates, bring them in, and try to find the best providers and physicians to provide care at our facility.
So you found a home at MDH. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How long have you been here? Stuff like that.
So I am from Macomb originally. I graduated from Macomb High in 2009, graduated from WIU in 2014, studied communication there, and started my career in politics and worked for a couple different state representatives and state senators. Then found myself in the educational realm for a little while at the Regional Office of Education, and eventually found myself here at MDH. I started here in February of this past year. I started out as patient advocate, and this role opened up, and I'm now in the role of Director of Physician and Provider Recruitment.
Obviously, McDonough District Hospital, very important to Macomb.
Sure.
And it's the communities not only of Macomb, but Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, Industry. You're from here. So what was it that drew you back here and got you to stay here at MDH?
So MDH is like home to me. I am a 4th generation MDH employee. So my great grandma Nancy Weaver was one of the first nurses that they hired when the hospital opened in 1958. My grandma started working here maybe 10 to 15 years after that. She started as a CNA on acute care, and then she worked in peds, and eventually she worked as the unit secretary for home health and hospice, and she retired from that position after being at MDH for a total of 50 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. My mom is here as an administrative secretary. She's Brian's administrative assistant. And so I'm now here as a 4th generation employee of the hospital. So it was kind of a thing where I always thought I might end up at MDH just because of that family legacy of working in healthcare.
So before we came on camera, I heard a story. You guys were at a speaker recently, and you got to be there with your mom.
Yeah.
Does that make it really special to be a part of MDH, to still have your mom working here?
It's so cool. My mom is down the hall from me, so if I need something in the middle of the day, I can run down the hall and grab her. But it's also just cool to think about like the legacy that leaves in the community, especially being fourth generation and female. I think that's just a really special thing for my family and for this community here.
So as we look at those kind of, you have a personal connection here. How do you use those personal connections when you're out trying to recruit a physician or a provider?
Sure. So I use the story a lot of my office, actually. So I'm in room 318, which was a room for patients at one time, and now they've converted it into an office space. And one of my favorite stories to tell physicians is that my great-grandma was sick in the hospital and was in that room, and that's where my grandma was recruited to join MDH. So my grandma had no plans of working in healthcare, but she was taking care of her mom as a sick patient, and the nurse at the time came to her and was like, "You are such a great caretaker. Why are you not a nurse? Why are you not doing this as your full-time occupation?" And so my grandma decided that healthcare would be her lifetime and like 50 years. And so she started working for MDH and was recruited right out of my office. So I just find that to be a really special connection when I'm looking to bring people to this community. Like, the recruitment started in this office 50 years ago, and here I am starting a whole new legacy of recruiting people. And I just am so passionate about this community, and I just love living here. I moved back here from Quincy, chose to raise our family here just because we really love Macomb, and we really love being in McDonough County.
So obviously the personal touch, you got the great personal story. You love Macomb. What does MDH offer to the providers and the physicians? What's the sales point for you on the professional level?
So because we're a small rural healthcare organization, your voice is heard here much louder than when you're in a large organization. So when you're in one of those larger hospital systems, you might be one of 15 to 20 providers in a specialty. At MDH, you might be one of two, you might be one of one. And so your voice in that medical staff office is going to be the loudest one in the room about your specialty. And that's a really unique situation for a physician to be, the main voice for speaking for pediatrics or for speaking for orthopedics or whatever that specialty is. You're it. You're the guy. You're the one providing the care for the whole community. And you don't get that if you go to a large healthcare organization.
So those bonuses are probably obstacles in some cases as well.
Sure.
So how do you overcome those obstacles?
It really depends on the provider. If someone is really wanting to be in a place where they're just in the background, they don't want to be that main voice, I kind of have to tell them, this is unique. It's a unique community where you're going to go out into Walmart to get your groceries and run into one of your patients, and you're not going to find that everywhere. And that might be scary for you, thinking about, well, I don't want to mess somebody's care up and then run into them and have to explain it to all of Walmart. But it's just, you can also sell that as you're not going to go to Chicago and work somewhere where you're going to run into your patients every day.
Well, Lindsay, I appreciate you coming and talking to us today. Hopefully some people can understand more about MDH and how it's such a family-oriented business and so important to McDonough County and the surrounding area. Keep doing a good job, and maybe your little girl that wanted that 100 chicken nuggets can be the next generation to join MDH.
Exactly.
Well, we'll be back after halftime here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Back at Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium, it's halftime. Macomb leading Rock Ridge 27-22. A shiny sectional champions plaque on the line tonight, as well as a trip to the Elite Eight. Justin Nelson, who is my broadcast partner, I'm Colin. Justin's got all the stats from the first half, and he's going to bring those to you right now. Justin, what do you got?
First for visitors on
Oh,
the
but it's
scoreboard.
starting again. My goodness.
First off, for the visitors on the scoreboard, Macomb Bombers. 6 guys in the score column. Malachi Conley has 9. Knock it off, Colin. Drew Watson has 6. Ian Case with 4. Deion Doyle with 3. Braden Holdhouse with 3. And Jake Hobson with 1 bucket for 2. On the other side of the stat sheet, Conley with 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Holdhouse with 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. Case with 3 rebounds. Hobson with 1 assist. And Watson with 1 steal. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals for the Bombers. Only 1 first half turnover.
That's impressive.
For the home team, the Rockridge Rockets, leading the way in scoring is Landon Bull with 7. Landon Wheatley has 6. TJ Wilson with 5. And Caleb Conoco with 4. On the other side of the stat sheet, you got Landon Bull with 3 rebounds, 1 on the offensive end. Carson Clemmy with 2 rebounds and an assist. Landon Bull also has 2 assists. TJ Wilson with 1 rebound. Caleb Conoco with 1 rebound. And Landon Wheatley with 1 assist. Total assists for Rockridge, 4, 7 rebounds, 1 on the offensive end, and 4 first half turnovers.
Getting ready to start this second half. Justin, we didn't get a chance to do some keys to the game in this first one. So how about some keys to the second half with Macomb leading by 5?
Well, first of all, start off with Macomb since they're the visitors. They need to keep doing what they're doing.
You're winning by 5. There's not, you don't need to change a lot.
I believe it was like the last 4 minutes of the first half without Deion Doyle. So he's going to add something to them. Rockridge, they just need to shore up a little bit. They got a little bit too rushed, maybe a little bit of a hurry. The 4 turnovers. Macomb scored off 2 of those, so take care of the basketball.
It'll be Macomb basketball to start the second half. They'll have the first chance to take care of the basketball. That is Watson, Doyle, Holdhouse. Doyle underneath, trying to back down over top of Clemmy. Gets it to roll around at home.
Nice shooter's touch.
No kidding. Also out there for the Bombers, Connor Bishop and Ian Case. Reset Rockridge's lineup in just one moment. Justin tried to steal my stat sheets. Got to watch that guy. Landon Bull underneath, working on Doyle. A step through, up and under, no good. Defensive rebound, Case.
Welcome, Clay Bricker. And James, I agree with you. Macomb has not really gone inside yet, but with Doyle out, they really didn't have much of an inside presence there.
And that's the thing. If you are watching us live, and if you're hearing me talk right now, you probably are. Check in the comment section. Tell us who you are, where you're from, who you're rooting for. Tell Justin how much you wish you had his beautiful hairline.
Hey, bald is beautiful.
Pass stolen away. That's Coonico. So out there for Rockridge, that's Coonico. Wheatley with it right now. Wilson, Bull, and Clemmy. 6:30 remaining here in this third quarter. Macomb 29, Rockridge 22. Clemmy trying to find Wilson underneath. It's actually Coonico who gets it down to him. Wilson, nice little up and under. $1 million move and a 10-cent shot. Can't get that one to go. But Bull with the offensive rebound. He's going to step back into the corner. Can't knock the shot down either. Clemmy with it. He got fouled going back up for the rebound. Jeremy Anderson begging for his team to get a body on somebody. Rockridge able to come away with a couple of offensive boards, and it'll be Clemmy who heads to the line for the Rockets. That foul goes against Braden Holdhouse.
How was that a shooting foul?
He was going up.
I thought they were battling for the
No. He had gotten it by then and was going back up with it. First free throw up and good by Clemmy.
That's one stat I left off at halftime. Rockridge was only 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Make that 2 of 5 now. Macomb was 0 of 0. They did not shoot any in the first half.
So for those people at home, Justin, you are a math teacher. 0 of 0 is what kind of percentage?
0.
Okay. Clemmy can't make the second free throw. So that makes him 2 of 6, which is what percentage?
33%.
Case. Fake to 3. Now he steps into the high post. Holdhouse. Malachi Conley knocked down actually 3 threes in the second quarter. Rockridge going to have to figure out where he is on the floor at any given moment. Backdoor cut to Doyle. Oh, had it knocked away from behind. Did he step on a baseline, or are they going to say it was a foul?
Yep, reach. I believe on Clemmy.
Probably on Clemmy. It is. His first. The Bombers student section telling him that that is not something that is allowable. Clap, 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 clap. 29-23, 5:30. Getting all the way to the rim is Holthouse. Comes in from the left wing and gets it up and in with a right hand. 31-23. Bombers leading here at Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium. 5:20 remaining in the third quarter. Winner tonight goes home with a nice new plaque for their trophy case, and they go on to the Elite Eight. Rock Ridge going to need to find some offense, and frankly, they're going to need to get a couple stops defensively too. Macomb won the second quarter 16-6 after Rock Ridge led 16-11 after one. Well, that's a good way to get to the rim, is Landon Wheatley splits a couple of defenders. That's a beautiful take. Wheatley now with 8 points.
Beautiful read off the ball screen on that too.
What are you looking for there, Justin, off of the ball screen? What are you looking for?
Well, the off defender, the guy that's defending the screener, tried to hedge, and he just went the opposite direction. And
they get it down inside to Doyle. Beauty of a pass there by Case. And Deion Doyle now up to 7 points. He's got a pair of buckets this quarter. Rock Ridge, Macomb back up to an 8-point advantage. 4:15 remaining here in the third. Inside, Wilson working on Doyle. Oh, almost an offensive foul. Doyle took a shot to the face, went down. Referee said play on. And TJ Wilson gets the bucket for Rock Ridge. So 33-27, 3:50 remaining. Conley, they've got Bull on Conley at the moment. I got to believe that he was probably switched on a screen. Now they're going to try to get, now he comes down onto Case. Case gets a little separation, step back, off the glass and in. Ian Case with 6 points for the Bombers. And it's right back up to an 8-point advantage. 3:30 remaining here in the third. If you're Rock Ridge, Justin, you don't need to panic, but you can't do that. You can't turn the ball over like that. Now here comes Macomb in the open court. Case tried kind of a wild shot, tried to get the draw the foul. He was not able to do so. I think he knew that Doyle was right there. But Doyle's putback wouldn't go either. 3 minutes remaining here in the third. Wheatley all the way back out near half court. Drew Watson about 2 steps off of him. Now he's all up in Clemmy's face. Clemmy, a little running floater. No. Wilson, oh, that's an athletic play. Athletic play there by TJ Wilson for the putback. And that gets his team back within 6. 30-second timeout taken by Jordan Harris. So Wilson with 9 points overall. 2:44 remaining here in the third quarter. Give a couple shout-outs.
Real quick, I think it was 407 from heaven. Is that what that said? Yep, hello.
Johnny, you're going to have to make that really big.
No, it was the scoreboard was blocking it.
Oh, okay.
And then James, thanks for the compliment. We appreciate it. He says, great commentary from Midwest. You guys are doing a terrific job.
Hey, who was that?
That was James Harris. It's Coach Harris's dad.
Thanks, James. Very kind of you.
James, I don't know if you stuck around and listened to the postgame show the other night, but we interviewed your son after their big win the other night.
BJ's on one of the cameras tonight, looking straight over at Kevin Stevenson and John Turgeon. I don't know if Johnny sees it, but it's going right up Kevin Stevenson's nostril pretty much. There is a game going on here, BJ. 2:25 remaining here in the third. Macomb leading by 6. They've got the ball. That's Conley, top of the key. Holthouse, and now back to Watson, who knocks down the 3. Now this is as well as we've seen Macomb shoot in quite some time, Justin.
Yeah, actually, The only other time I think I've seen them shoot this well was the game that we had Canton over there in Macomb, where they jumped out to a huge first half lead.
They are a team that's, obviously they've got some offensive ability, but a team more well known for its defense. Trying to answer on the three there is Kunico. No good. Bull with the offensive board. His putback attempt won't. Clemmy controls it. Trying to set a screen for Wheatley. Now Rock Ridge will reset their offense with $1:35 remaining here in the third.
Great work on the offensive boards there.
Oh, Clemmy going to go baseline. Quick first step. Got all the way to the rim. And took it up and over Drew Watson. So Clemmy is a guy who was on the all-tournament team of the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament. We saw him. We talked about how nuanced his offensive game is. He brings a lot to the table offensively, but he's only got 3 points tonight. Almost wonder if that was a strategy that Jeremy Anderson had, Justin, is trying to keep Clemmy off the scoreboard.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking over the
chat.
chat.
I was going to ask if you had more to add.
Well, I was half listening, half checking the chat out.
Oh, we're going to count that bucket as Malachi Conley. My goodness. That is a dude who is finding the bottom of the net all night tonight. Turnaround jumper. Gets it to go, gets the foul. And that foul goes against Balin Lehmans. I mean, if you're Lehmans there, what can you do, man? That's pretty good. I mean, obviously not perfect defense because he fouled him, but I mean, that wasn't a soft foul.
Yeah, this is kind of a different Macomb team that we saw the other night because Conley got in early foul trouble, having to handle the quick manual guards. So he got a little bit of foul trouble and had to sit out most of the first half, but you can see he's an integral part of their offense.
Ian Case with a hustle play there, tipped it off of the leg, right off the thigh of Landon Bull, and retains possession. So 47 seconds remaining, Macomb in the third quarter, I should say. Macomb, they have almost equaled their four-quarter total from the other night. 40-31 they lead. They've got the ball now. And I wonder if Jeremy Anderson, you can see him holding up both hands, saying, pump the brakes a little bit. Almost threw it away, did Conley. But Holdhouse able to go get it for the Bombers. 26 seconds remaining here in the third. They do have a 5 count going on Watson, so he gives it over to Conley. 17 seconds remaining now. Conley, the ball's kicked, knocked out of bounds by Balin Lehmans. 14.2 remaining here in the third. Macomb leading 40-31. It'll be Case to trigger the inbound pass. Holdhouse goes and gets it at half court. Backing down his man, that's Kunico. A little behind the back, lost it for a second, able to get it back. Sets a dandy of a screen on Wheatley, and Drew Watson takes advantage of it, and that is how this third quarter will come to an end. The Bombers, another big quarter, leading 43-31. After 3, we'll be back with a fourth quarter. After this is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We're now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
I would have to say that is the most rewarding part of what I do, making a difference in people's lives, taking care of the women from puberty on through postmenopausal stages and seeing them go through the phases and stages of life.
Macomb has won the third quarter 16-9 after winning the second quarter 16-6. And all of a sudden, they've opened up a 12-point lead. It's their biggest lead of the night as we start the fourth quarter. Macomb 43, Rockridge 31. The Rockets got some work to do, but they will have the first possession of the fourth quarter. They send out a lineup of Wheatley, Kunico, Clemmy, Lehmans, and Bull. For Macomb, they counter with Watson, Case, Holdhouse, Conley, and Doyle. Going to try Kunico. He knocks down the three. That's a big one for Rockridge. Kunico is their biggest three-point threat. It felt like every second he was knocking down a three over in Macomb the last time we saw Rockridge play, Justin, but he'd been largely held in check, especially since the first quarter tonight.
Yeah, he has. But credit Macomb for kind of taking him away.
Doyle knocked off of his line by Clemmy, but finds underneath, goes to Case. Case had it knocked away. That might have been Kuniko who got the block. Here come the Rockets into the front court. Bull thought about a three. Doyle closed out very quickly. Good defense by him. Wheatley with it. 7:13 remaining. It's Bombers by 9. Thought about using a screen from Clemmy, but there was nothing there. Now it's Bull. Fake the handoff, gets all the way down. Play action fake, if you will. And it's Doyle who comes away with a rebound off of Bull's miss. And Drew Watson will calmly bring it across the timeline for the Bombers.
I'd like to say hello to Jason Arthur, watching from Bowen, Illinois.
Doyle backs in, turnaround jumper off the front of the iron, no good. Here comes Wheatley into the front court for the Rockets. Continue, Justin.
Danbo or Drew Hawk. If you can give us a description, we can try that. Not sure who that is.
Wheatley all the way to the rim. No. Bull fighting for the rebound. On the floor is Watson. I think he's going to get the foul for the Bombers as he took out the legs of Caleb Kuniko.
That's a tough one. I mean, that's a good hustle play.
Absolutely.
You can't be upset as a coach with that foul.
Not one bit. Either way.
And then, like, say, who's that? Chris Frankhauser says, go Bombers.
Clemmy inbounds it into Wheatley. 6:20 remaining here in this game. Kuniko with Conley right up in his face. He doesn't want him to get another one off. Clemmy with Holdhouse guarding him, looking for a screen for Bull. Gets it. Pick and roll. Kicks it out. Wheatley steps into a three off the front of the iron. It was on the line, just short, but he gets his own board. Bull fake the three. Now he gets by Doyle. Quick first step. Trying to back in. He walked with it first.
Good. A little bit of foot shuffle underneath there.
He would have gotten the bucket if he didn't shuffle his feet first. He finally had gotten himself into position to get his shot off. And Macomb will take advantage of the turnover. Not very many for either team so far tonight, Justin.
No, actually, that
really clean
that's
game.
The sixth one for Rock Ridge, and Macomb still only has one. Actually, I take it back. They have two because I did not get the one where he stepped out of bounds.
So they've doubled their turnover count in the last 5 seconds. As Ian Case backs down, hits a fadeaway jumper from about 6 feet. Ian Case now with 8 points for the game. All of a sudden, Macomb, well, I don't want to say all of a sudden, it was a 12-point lead at the quarter, but all of a sudden Macomb has opened it back up to 11 as Rock Ridge had worked their way back in it a little bit. A foul underneath. It'll be Rock Ridge ball on the baseline as Clemmy was held.
Yeah, he had a hold of his arm as he's trying to cut through the lane.
Yeah. Goes against Braden Holdhouse. That's his third. 5 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. Landon Bull has a seat for Jordan Harris. TJ Wilson back in. So they trade size for size. Wheatley trying to get to the rim. Tough shot. Had to readjust it midair. Good defense by Watson, and Malachi Conley away from the board for Macomb. Rock Ridge trapped Watson and took it right away. Now they got 4 on 2, and they threw it away. That's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Macomb. And Justin, you get 4 on 2 like that, you got to take advantage of it if you're Rock Ridge. That was maybe a little sloppy on that fast break.
Yeah, they definitely did not run that to perfection.
Going to have to inbound it from a tough place, but Clemmy gets it in. Holdhouse guarding Clemmy, gets it inside to Kuniko. Kuniko, fall-away jumper from 8 feet. No. Battling for the rebound. It's Deion Doyle who comes away with it for the Bombers. Ahead to Conley, and he threw it almost to the hospitality room. Actually, he threw it right to Steve Horrell. I think Jeremy Anderson's going to try to take a full timeout. He will, so he says 30-second timeout. No, we'll keep it here then. Jeremy Anderson was
psych.
Yeah, he was. Wait, who? Did Kevin just say Rock Ridge? There we go. He corrected it. Okay. Yeah, I saw Jeremy Anderson flying his hands open like he wanted a full timeout, and all of a sudden a referee says, no, you're taking a 30-second timeout. I'm sure Jeremy Anderson actually made the choice, but 4:29 remaining. Justin, go ahead.
I'd like to say hello to Colton LeGros, watching from Macomb Firehouse. Thank you for serving the communities as a first responder. I'm assuming you're a firefighter. Giving a shout out to Jason Arthur and Bowen, and then friends from all over Macomb.
They should, the Firehouse in Macomb, they ought to keep an eye on this Macomb Bombers perimeter shooting tonight.
Yeah.
They haven't missed too many of them when they've shot them from out there. They've picked their spots well.
May have to call our fire department, put out the fire.
Justin, your color man, is a city alderman. He has connections. Tried to work it inside the Bull, but it was tipped and taken away. That's Holthouse. 4:13 remaining. Rock Ridge can't afford turnovers in this spot. Watson poking and probing his way through the lane. Now he picks up his drill. He has to get some help, but he gets it in the form of Deion Doyle. Doyle, Clemmy right in his face. Good defense. Case being backed out to the perimeter. Working on Wilson. Wilson stands his ground. Holthouse now back to Case. 3:45 remaining. Jeremy Anderson says spread it out. So they're going to go to a 5-out set here in just a minute. Whistle, 5-second count. Great defense there by Landon Wheatley to force the 5 count on Holthouse. That's a turnover by Macomb.
I was just getting ready to say Rock Ridge has definitely turned up their intensity on defense.
Let's reset the lineups really quickly while Malachi Conley ties his shoes. Out there with Conley, you got Doyle, Case, Holthouse, and Watson for Rock Ridge. Bull, Clemmy, Wheatley, Wilson, who has it now, and Kunico underneath. Clemmy had it, lost it. It was taken away by Holthouse, and then Clemmy's going to pick up the foul. So another tough turnover there for Rock Ridge. Clemmy picks up number 2.
It's really not a bad foul, though. 3:31 left, down 11. They don't want to get too late and have to foul to get to the line.
Nobody for Rock Ridge really in any kind of foul trouble.
Nobody in the game is.
Holthouse has 3 for Macomb, but that's about it. Whistle going to be a timeout taken as Holthouse was trapped in the corner in front of the scorer's table. That'll be a full timeout, so let's go ahead and take a timeout with 3:17 remaining here in the fourth. Macomb leading 45-34. In the fourth, we will come back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I would have to say that is the most rewarding part of what I do, making a difference in people's lives, taking care of the women from puberty on through postmenopausal stages and seeing them go through the phases and stages of life.
Back at Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium, the Rock Ridge Rockets and Macomb cheerleaders battling back and forth on the court. They're doing backflips just like Justin Nelson did back in his day.
Oh, yeah.
BJ Stone's on the camera. He still does backflips.
I just missed making the Harlem Globetrotters with my backflip shots.
And by just missed, I mean...
by like a mile.
Yeah, okay. Johnny on camera, or excuse me, on computer. BJ on camera, as well as Dylan on the camera. I'm Colin. Justin's your color guy. And Macomb leads 45-34. BJ's pointing at something.
Say hello to Dustin Thornton watching the boys from work in Galesburg.
In Galesburg. Proud Knox College alumnus here. Spent many a days in that fine community.
At Knox College?
At Knox College. Knox College. Just under 3 minutes remaining. Case driving baseline, steps into the lane, loses control of it. Wheatley comes away with it for Rock Ridge. Ahead to Clemmy. Driving in, fall away shot. Got it to go. If Rock Ridge is going to work their way back into this one, they now trail by 9. Carson Clemmy's going to have to be a big part of it. Macomb breaks pressure. Doyle stepped around his man. Wilson was ready to take the charge, but he did enough to force Doyle into a shot that he didn't want to take. Case knocked that one out of bounds. 2:23 remaining. Your Rock Ridge ball.
I think I'm good now. I think there's a bone in that water. I choked.
Oh, I hate it when that happens. Did a good job of hiding it. I had no idea.
I muted myself.
Kunico for 3. No. Defensive rebound brought down by Deion Doyle. 2:14 remaining. Rock Ridge probably getting into a situation where they're going to have to try to get Macomb to the foul line. They've only got one foul, so I would imagine Jordan Harris is going to want to try to get a couple of those fouls to give, taken care of really quickly. There's one of them right there. That goes against Carson Clemmie. That is 3 on him. Kalen Lehmans comes in, and Wilson takes a seat. Sorry, Nelly.
BJ pointed this out the other night, and I'm surprised you have not yet. We got a couple different color highlighters out there tonight on shoes.
That's true. Well, you know why BJ pointed them out. Although he's just got his purples on tonight. Nothing too crazy.
He stayed neutral. Coach Harris even has a pair of neon-colored shoes on tonight.
Those are great. The same ones that Wheatley has.
Yep.
And Wheatley's going to pick up the foul right there.
Foul number 4, Landon Wheatley is first, team's third.
Hello. I don't know if Johnny's looking to see if you're what you're pointing it at. Nobody cares because Deion Doyle going up and under and off the glass and in. 1:35 remaining. And Macomb may have just put the exclamation point on this. Rock Ridge got some serious work to do, and Clemmie went with the Euro step. They traveled. I don't know if I agree necessarily with that call, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I was one long Euro step.
There'll be a timeout taken by Jordan Harris. It's a full timeout. We'll go ahead and take one with him. 1:29 remaining in this one. Macomb leading 47-36, and they've got the ball when we come back. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
47-35, Macomb with the lead here at Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium. They'll have the ball as they come out of this timeout. $1:29 remaining left in this one. Justin, if you're Rock Ridge, how early do you foul in this possession?
You
know it's got to come.
You got to go for the steal immediately or start putting them at the line. So, and you got one to give still, so they got to do it pretty quick.
Reset the game really quickly. It's Macomb possession on the possession. Well, Macomb will have possession on the next dead tie-up. That's the word I'm looking for. They don't get one there. That's going to be Clemmie, maybe? No, they're going to give that to Kunico, I think. Oh, they do give it to Clemmie. That's 4 on him.
Colin, Bob Wagner tells you look at home up here.
Thanks, Bobby. Good to see you. Well, good for you to see me, my friend, and good to hear from you.
That was it's kind of like a butt block foul.
Mark Sanchez.
Yep. Except for he didn't fumble it.
That's true.
And then hello to Cheryl Douglas, watching a mile from the high school in Macomb.
Bob Wagner spent many days sitting up here in this, almost in this exact same spot. Bob, I think I can still see a little bit of your sweat on the stool here, my pal.
That might be mine.
Oh, it's Justin's. Never mind. My fault.
It's not quite 212 Kelvin up here like it was the other night.
Yeah. Watson hits the first one. Got a chance to put his team up by 13, which would be the biggest lead of the night if my math is correct, or my memory is correct. Free throw up. Free throw down. He knew it as soon as it left his hand. Watson with a big night. 14 points for the Bombers tonight.
Rock Ridge has got to set something up now for shooters. They got to start getting back in this.
82 seconds remaining. Bull lost his dribble. Watson took it away. Ahead to Conley, who gets it ahead to Holthouse, and that probably puts it out of reach. 15-point lead now for the Bombers. The exclamation point that they're looking for, they found it. That's Lehmans can't get either of his shots to go. Clemmie can't get his putback to go. He's going to pick up number 5 and head to the bench as Drew Watson will go to the line for Macomb with 58 seconds left. And the orange and black in the audience, they could feel this one. Clemmie finishes with 5 points for Rock Ridge tonight. He had 3 in the third quarter and 2 of the Rockets' 5 points so far in the fourth quarter. It'll be a pair of free throws for Drew Watson, looking to put his team up by 16 or potentially even 17. The first one just as good as the last two. So far on the night, Macomb, they are 3 of 4 from the line. Make it 4 of 5. Drew Watson by himself is 4 of 4.
You know, I don't know if BJ can span. It's too late now, but you know, that shows the respect that the players have for Coach Harris over there. Coach Harris is over there consoling Clemmy. Senior playing in his last game, knows it's pretty much over. Pretty cool to see a coach that relationship with the kids.
From all accounts, he's a good dude, man. I haven't had a chance to spend a lot of time around him, but I was pretty impressed with the way that he handled his team as Landon Bull gets the running floater up and in. It's another full timeout, 42 seconds left. We may as well take one with him. We like to take them when we got a full timeout. So 53-38, Macomb with a lead here, 42 seconds remaining when we come back. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Back at Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium, sportsmanship, you make the difference.
You know,
what's that? No, BJ says it's not him. He's the one doing the camera, but he's not the one doing the sportsmanship. We know that better. What do you got, Nelly?
You know, Colin just gave Coach Harris a shout out, but kind of the unsung heroes, too, of both these teams are the assistant coaches. So give a shout out to Kyle Chandler, Patrick Dillon, Corey Freeman, Brian Heath, and Jeff Henry from Rock Ridge, as well as Brian Langworthy and Zach Keene from Macomb.
Coach Ellison, too. He didn't make the roster. That's
your mistake.
Yeah, we'll go with me. Yeah, you're right. The assistant coaches, they put in just as much time as all the players and the head coaches for a little less notoriety, a little less pay, sometimes a little less blame.
Yeah, but they also don't get the credit either. So
that's true. Ian Case knocks down the first free throw. We'll have another one here to put his team up by 17. 35.9 seconds remaining. Jordan Harris going to send in a couple of his reserves here in just a minute. Case, free throw rolls around and out. He gets his own offensive rebound. That has been the story of the night tonight. Oh, he's going to get called for a travel there. So turnover for Macomb. They don't have very many of them tonight. I think that's just number 5. A couple of subs. Let's go ahead and reset the lineups. For Macomb, they've got right out there right now Doyle, Conley, Hobson, Holdhouse, as Doyle takes a seat in favor of Connor Bishop. Conley takes a seat in favor of Tommy DeMarkey. And then also out there is Drew Watson for the Bombers. For Rock Ridge, it'll be TJ Wilson. He's going to take a seat now as Cullen Schweigen takes his place on the court.
Another senior that checks out for Rock Ridge.
Caleb Kunico out there. Balin Lehmans. Austin Vandegeest brings it across. He got the inbound pass from Owen McKay, and that at least gets us through all of the players. Three-pointer on the way by McKay is no good. Battle fought for, and it's Tommy DeMarkey who comes away with it, much to the delight of the Macomb Bombers, and they are celebrating in the orange and black.
Real quick, Addison Clark says hello from the IB girls team who will be playing for a state title tomorrow morning.
It's hugs all around. Drew Watson's got the ball. In just a moment, he will exchange it for a sectional plaque. Macomb has won this one 54-38, and they will head to the Elite Eight. They knock off the Rock Ridge Rockets, and they are now one game away from Champaign-Urbana. The Macomb student section, they are ready to come out and celebrate with them.
Yeah, we talked about this the other night. The administration's doing a good job of keeping them off the floor to allow the Rock Ridge Rockets to get off safely before they will allow them to come on the court and celebrate with the players. So.
They just replaced the nets here at Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium last week, and they're already having to cut them down again. That's what happens when you host a couple sectionals.
Yeah, must have done a good fundraiser to get those nets for this week after last week. So
yeah.
We'll have to do another one to get them replaced for next year.
Macomb has done it, 54-38. They will get the sectional plaque, and Steve Horrell says, fans, come on out, celebrate with your team.
And boy, do they.
And it is a happy pile of orange and black on the court tonight. And I tell you what, man, not only did the players deserve it, but the fans deserve it. They created an atmosphere tonight that you haven't heard in this place in quite some time. Like I said, it felt like we picked up this gymnasium and moved it 40 miles west.
Yeah, they definitely traveled well. We were kind of mentioning in the break, we didn't say it on the broadcast, but this crowd was about 60 to 65, 35 Macomb, to Rock Ridge, but Rock Ridge had a heck of a lot longer.
I was going to say, and to their credit, Rock Ridge, they brought a pretty good contingent. Their student section was loud and into it all night, as long as they could be. But the Bombers just a little bit too much tonight as they avenge the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament championship game loss. Rock Ridge took that one 35-33, but the Bombers, they're going to go home with the plaque that I think they probably care a little bit more about. I think they would happily take the second place trophy in the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament in favor of the sectional plaque that Brad Hulett is about to be handing off to Jeremy Anderson and his squad.
I'd like to say hello to Butcher70 from Tucson, Arizona.
It's Ian Case.
Bill and Sharon Booker. I'm sorry, Booker, not.
Ian Case and Braden Holdhouse come and collect the plaque, and it's Case, the big 6'6" guy, holding it high above the student section. Everybody there can see it. Congratulations to the Macomb Bombers. They move on to the Elite Eight. They move to 28-5 on the year. The Rock Ridge Rockets, they had a heck of a season as well. They fall to 26-7, and their season comes to a close. Let's go ahead and take a break if we can. Give me a second to catch my breath with some water. I think we'll probably have an interview or two in post-game potentially. We'll also have all the stats from the game here. Macomb wins this one 54-38. They come away with the Canton sectional title. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and we will be back in just a minute.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Back at Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium, it's a sea of orange and black on this wood floor here in this historic old gymnasium. 94 years old this thing is turning this year. And boy, it hasn't seen an environment like this like it has in the last couple weeks in quite some time, Justin.
Yeah, it's I mean, there's still a lot of Rock Ridge fans here. I mean, this place, just looking at the floor, it's...
Bombers, listen up, Bombers. I will be in my office tomorrow morning
Steve Horrell has hijacked the microphone. 54-38, Macomb has won the Canton sectional tonight. Steve Horrell telling fans that there will be a fan bus. They will move on to the super sectional. That's at Springfield. I believe it's, Alton Marquette, and let's see if I got that pulled up here really quick.
Williamsville,
Thank
I think
you.
is what they said.
Williamsville.
They kicked off at 7. Yes, Williamsville, sorry. They kicked off at 7 tonight.
So we'll see how that one's going over on TSSR Game Time Live. The other stream that we've got going on, that's the sectional title 1A over at A-Town. There's Camp Point Central and Illini Bluffs. It's a good year to be a Tiger, but it's a good night to be a Bomber, Justin.
Yeah. And even, Rock Ridge, heck of a season.
And you can tell, there's so much respect among their fan base. They're sticking around waiting for their guys to come out because they want to congratulate them on what was a fantastic year.
Yeah, and believe it or not, they're young. TJ Wilson and Clemmy are the two seniors that got a lot of playing time that they'll lose, but Landon Bull comes back, Wheatley comes back,
Lehman's will be back.
Comes back.
Cunico.
So the core of them, they will be a force to be reckoned with next year. And Coach Harris's dad even mentioned that, it's a process, and next year will be their year. To be seen, but they'll be back.
They fall to 26-7 on the season. That's how they end their season. The Bombers just a little bit better tonight. They go to 27-5.
And PA dress announcer Kevin Stevens just announced Coach Anderson just achieved his 300th career win.
Congratulations, Jeremy Anderson. 300 in a sectional title game. Not many better places to do it than that, and not many better places to do it than right here at Alice Ingersoll Gymnasium.
I believe it was one of our conference foes, Coach Greaves from Metamora, reached his 600th win in a regional title game last week.
Not a bad coach over there in Metamora either. I saw a lot of their fans the other night at Wally's in Pontiac.
Yeah, you said that.
And they should be playing tonight as well. I think they were playing in Richwoods tonight. That's a dandy of a game as well.
I believe they kicked off at 7 as well. So if you want, I can go through these stats real quick.
Yeah, go right ahead. Give me one more second here. I had to finish the free throw total, so go right ahead. Justin Nelson has all the statistics now from this one, and he's going to bring those to you right now.
The Rock Ridge Rockets leading the way in scoring. Landon Bull with 9, TJ Wilson with 9, Landon Wheatley with 8, Caleb Cunico with 7, and Carson Clemmy ended his career with 5 points in the sectional title game. On the other side of the stat sheet, Landon Bull had 7 rebounds, 3 on the offensive end. TJ Wilson only ended with 2, with 1 on the offensive end. Carson Clemmy had 3, 1 on the offensive end. Wheatley had 2, 1 on the offensive end, and Cunico had 1. 15 total rebounds, 6 on the offensive end for the Rockets. Assist-wise, Wheatley had 1, Clemmy had 1, Wilson with 1, Landon Bull with 2. 5 total assists for them. Cunico and Wheatley both had steals, and Cunico had a block. Kind of the killer for Rock Ridge, though, 9 turnovers. And then for the victorious sectional champion Macomb Bombers, leading the way in scoring was Drew Watson with 16. Malachi Conley ended up with 11. Deion Doyle had 9. Ian Case with 9. Braden Holthouse with 7. And Jake Hobson with 2 points. On the other side of the stat sheet, leading the way in rebounding was Deion Doyle with 4, 1 on the offensive end, and Ian Case with 4, 1 on the offensive end. Malachi Conley ended up with 3, Drew Watson with 1, and you're going to have to help me with this one. Tommy DeMarkey, there we go, with 1 defensive rebound. Hobson had an assist. Holthouse had 2 assists. Conley and Watson both ended up with 1 assist. Watson had 3 steals. Holthouse had 3 steals, and Doyle had the 1, 7 steals, 6 assists, 14 rebounds, 2 on the offensive end, but only 5 turnovers. So they did a well of a job of holding up to the Rocket pressure tonight.
It's a team, both of these teams known for their defense. seems like every night these teams are playing games where they're holding teams into the 30s and 40s.
I'll tell
Tonight,
you what.
Macomb shot the ball a little bit better and got to 54.
Yeah, and, you know, this is kind of like a Middle Illini score that we're used to seeing. You know, 50 points generally win you a basketball game in a Middle Illini conference. But tonight, it wins you a sectional title.
Our guy Johnny has been down there trying to get interviews, I think.
Yeah, Coach Anderson just got nabbed on the way up here.
Coach Anderson got stolen away by, is that WRMJ?
I believe so.
What are they doing taking him? No, I'm just kidding. 54-38 the final. Macomb with the victory. Justin, it feels like, you know, we talked in the pregame, these Bombers, you know, Deion Doyle has been their main scorer for most of the year. But tonight he held the 9 points.
Yeah, but he had the
supporting cast around it tonight that you know, a lot of these other Macomb Bombers stepped up that maybe aren't used to doing a lot of scoring. Tonight,
yeah, I mean,
Watson with 16, Conley with 11. I mean, it was guys that you don't necessarily count on getting a lot of points from who got it tonight.
But the thing with Deion Doyle tonight, he got in early foul trouble.
Yep.
So he sat out the last 4 minutes of the first half, but he drew the task of stopping Bull inside, Wilson inside. Yep. So he may not show up in the stat sheet on the offensive end, but what he did on the defensive end certainly helped Macomb.
And it was, you know, something I definitely want to make mention of. You know, when he fouled out, when he got into foul trouble in that first half, yeah, he was over there on the sideline.
He was one of their number one cheerleaders.
Not only cheerleading, but directing traffic, doing a little bit of coaching from the side. You can tell he's a very high IQ basketball player as well.
Yeah, and the other night, you know, he hit the 2 very clutch free throws that brought Macomb to this game. You know, with 6 seconds left on the clock, the game-tying and game-winning free throw. In his post-game interview, we had him up here, and he said that he is at the Y before they came over here shooting free throws because he figured it'd come down to that. So,
and how about Malachi Conley, too? Let's take a moment to mention him. You know, he had 9 points tonight. He had 3 big threes, and all of them came in the second quarter. But, I mean, he was everywhere defensively for them as well, coming off the bench.
Well, and really he was the spark plug in the second quarter because they were down 5 going into that quarter.
Right.
And kind of sparked that run in the second quarter there and hit some big shots. You know, he got in foul trouble early against Manuel, like I said, and sat out a lot of the first half. So it was kind of nice to see him, you know, get back on track a little bit. And he was a difference maker in the first half for sure.
And that's something that a lot of 2A type of schools, they're not able to really fight against is a lot of size for Rock Ridge. You know, not necessarily huge, but I mean, you know, Wilson, 6'5", Bull, 6'4", but both of them with a lot of bulk, both of them very skilled down inside. So for Doyle and Case really to step up for Macomb and neutralize that threat, they are defensively unsung heroes for the night.
Oh, yeah, and let's see I can't remember what Bull ended up with.
Like
he
7,
ended up
9.
with 9, but only 2 in the second half.
Quiet 9, too.
And Wilson had 9, but he only had 4 in the second half. So, you know, whale of a job by the Macomb interior defense. You know, not allowing Rock Ridge to get to the hoop like they are accustomed to doing. And any time they did drive, they were contested. So,
going through here, I'm trying to look through some of these stats as well. It looked like fairly even on the rebounding side. You got 14 each way.
Yeah.
I mean, just a really clean basketball game tonight. Not a lot of turnovers. I mean, Rock Ridge had 9 turnovers, but I mean, my goodness, think about some of the games that we're used to doing, even in the Middle Illini.
Oh yeah.
Both teams. I mean, not just one side. 9 turnovers in a game. Most nights you're going to feel pretty good about your chances to win if you only have 9 turnovers.
It's really about 2 turnovers a quarter, so not terrible by any means. But the thing of it was in the first half, I think Rock Ridge had 6 going in or at halftime, and majority of those came in that second quarter when Macomb kind of went on the run, being down 5 and then going up by 5. So.
Still trying to get some sort of interview. I don't know if Johnny's just going to give up on the night here. I mean, he's trying, man. I give him credit, but the BJ's yelling down to Zach Keene, trying to get somebody up here. Somebody help save us. Justin and I we've tap danced about all we can tap dance, right? You pull your microphone down so the people can hear you. Oh. Yeah, looking for see if we can get Drew Watson up here to talk. Nothing else. Get a good player interview and somebody who had a big night. Drew was not only the leading scorer for the Bombers, but look, you could tell he was really the you could tell Drew Watson was really the calming influence in that game tonight, Justin, for the Bombers. Not only leading them in scoring, but handling the ball well. Anytime that they needed to slow down their offense, he was the guy who slowed that tempo down. Anytime that they needed to speed things up, he was the guy who did that too.
Yeah, I mean, he played basketball tonight. That's what it was. That's what it boiled down to. This may be a thing where they might have to shut the lights off, though, to get people to leave because they are still milling around players in their uniforms. And
BJ and Johnny are going to try to tag team this one. I want to give Johnny a shout out for the computer. Give Dylan and BJ love for running the camera tonight. Give Justin some love for putting up with me.
All year.
I was going to say, he's done that all year. It hasn't been on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH most of the season. But
hey, that feeling's probably mutual.
Hey, we're in familiar territory. This is the broadcast booth where we've been most of the night tonight. So, or most of the season, I should say. It's been the broadcast booth where we've been all night tonight. Yeah, let me rephrase that. BJ's out there trying to get, he's talking to Zach Keene, and let's see if we can pull somebody up. You want to tag team this interview, Justin, or do you want to?
Sure. Why not?
You've done a good job. You do a good job talking to the folks, and
I don't know about that.
I kind of want to. Oh, we don't have the right camera. I was going to say I kind of want to. Oh, right in the middle of the screen. There he is. There's BJ, the big purple people eater.
Dead center court.
He's got Drew Watson.
Pointing up at us. There's Drew.
And Drew's going to come up. I don't know, do we have a microphone for Drew, or do we have to give up a headset?
I can give up a headset, but I can always talk.
Yeah, you and I could pass the microphone back and forth if we have to.
Yeah.
Hi, Drew. He's Justin. I'm Colin. Congratulations.
We're going to share a headset.
Yeah, we're gonna share a headset and kind of pass things back and forth, and hopefully we get Johnny to get the microphone or the camera.
Johnny.
Sorry, Drew. We're trying to get things squared away here. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
How does it feel to be a sectional? Don't call me sir. I'm not that old. How does it feel to be a sectional champion, man?
I mean, it feels amazing. We've worked all year for this, and we came out and really played our game. I'm so proud of our team and how we've been playing lately, and I hope we keep going.
Now, you're the leading scorer tonight. I know scoring isn't necessarily the biggest part of your game. What really impressed me about your game tonight, though, it felt like you were the calming influence. When you guys needed somebody to step up and say, guys, let's slow it down, or guys, let's change the tempo and let's move things forward, that was you tonight. How do you feel about that part of your game, and is that who you are and who you want to be?
Yeah, I feel like that's who I want to be. I want to be the guy that they go to at the end of the games just to get us into stuff when the ball's pressured. I've been that guy most of the year, and that's kind of my job, and that's what I do for the team.
You stepped up. You had 4 free throws late in somewhat of a key situation. I don't, the game was getting close to out of hand there, but you were the one who really stepped up in that situation. What's going through your mind when you're stepping at the free throw line and you got 2 back-to-back possessions where you got to knock down free throws in a key situation like that to bring a plaque home?
Yep. So that's happened a lot this year. Every time I step up to that line, I just think I got to hit these for my team to give us the best chance we can to win the game and to get a stop on defense.
What was the key to victory tonight? What really forced things in the Bombers' corner for the evening?
Really playing together as a team.
Yep.
Earlier in the year, we were really like a ISO team, kind of like one-on-one the whole time. But lately, we've been moving the ball really well, and I feel like that was a big factor in today's win.
Have you ever been so excited to go to Springfield in your life?
I'm there all the time, and I've never been so excited to be there.
Drew, congratulations. Let's hand the microphone off to Braden Holthouse.
All right, thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. You've got a question for Drew or for Braden? All right, well, let's give it to Braden because Braden's up here. Braden, congratulations. He's
Appreciate
Justin.
it.
I'm Colin, just so you know.
All right.
And we're going to pass the microphone back and forth. He says he's got a question for you, but I'm going to start with you. What was the turning point in the game tonight as far as you could tell?
Yeah, obviously they scored the first 7 points. We started off pretty slow, but once we found our rhythm on the offense, I think we were fine. second quarter, I think we scored around like 15 points, come back. And, once we started working as a team, that's when it all came together. We found our rhythm.
Braden, first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
Second of all, I want to know what Coach Anderson's message was the other night after you guys came back and knocked off Manual going into this game.
Yeah, like after the game, he had no words for us. He was just so excited. I mean, what can you say? We came back, by 20 points? I mean, that was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was 17 with about 2 minutes left in the third, and you were down 14 going into the fourth.
I mean, he had no words for us. I mean, he still doesn't know what happened. But, I mean, we came out the fourth quarter so strong, and I think they didn't necessarily give up. They kind of like stepped off the brake a little bit.
Yeah, it seemed like they tried to take the air out of the ball and waste clock, and it took them out of the rhythm.
Yeah.
And you guys never quit fighting.
No. I mean, I have no words for that. That was an amazing game. That was an amazing game. We had some clutch shots, clutch free throws by Dion at the very end, and that's what we expect out of him. So it was nice.
After the game, we interviewed him, and he said that he went to the Y and shot free throws.
Oh yeah, I heard
before.
Yeah, I heard he got out of class early, and it was like 7th hour, and he went to the Y and started getting some shots up. I mean, that's something he would do.
That's dedication right
that's
there.
That's something he would do.
I'm going to turn it back over to Colin, but hey, well of a game, good job, congratulations, and good luck.
All right.
So, Braden, I want to ask you just maybe your last question here. As a junior, how did you feel about this team as you started the season? And how have you guys held up to what your expectations were now? Have you met them? Have you exceeded them?
I think as a junior, last year we had a pretty good JV season, and we had Drew, Malachi, and me step up to play big varsity roles.
Yeah.
And I think all the stars besides Neon from last year left. So we all knew we had to play some big roles this year, and I think we're doing it pretty well, obviously. So I think my role shooting, Drew's role is like dribbling, and we all have different roles.
Yeah.
That's my point. And I think right now we're all doing it pretty well.
You played your roles to perfection tonight, Braden. Congratulations on the victory. Congratulations on the plaque, and good luck to you in Springfield.
Yeah, thank you.
Pass the microphone off, if you will, to Malachi Conley. Malachi, welcome to the broadcast booth. I'm Colin. He's Justin. We're going to tag team this interview.
Okay.
First of all, congratulations on the victory. And what's it mean to be taking a sectional plaque back to Macomb?
I mean, I moved out here like my freshman year. I know nobody, literally. This is great playing with Braden Horror. I've been to him since like 7th grade. Everybody said they was great. When I first got out there to guard him 7th grade year, we did beat him. But it's just great when I moved out here. The fence was great. You know what I'm saying? The environment, the high energy. Making me want to play better. The fans is great. The coach, he's very amazing. He go in the locker room, get that motivation speech. We just come out and play better, literally.
Yeah, Macomb's a fairly welcoming community, so I mean, good to know that you kind of fit right in with this squad. And you played a great game off the bench tonight. Came in a situation where your team was down 5 points. You were in a little bit before that, but yeah, down 5 after one quarter. It was 16-11 after one quarter, and then you knocked down 3 big threes in that second quarter. What was it that what was your mindset coming in there and knocking down some of those threes and knowing that you got to get your team back on track?
Everybody just tell me to shoot more.
You got a great shot, brother.
Yeah,
you got to.
They just tell me to shoot more, so I did. I was just trusting in my jump shot today, and thank God they went down today. It was great. I loved it.
How long are you going to celebrate tonight or for the next couple of days before you turn your mind to next week? Or if you already moved on to next week?
I already moved on to next week.
Good for you, man.
I don't look back in the past. I just keep moving forward.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations. Look forward to hearing how you guys are doing in Springfield next week and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think Coach Anderson was down there, or maybe he's not. I saw him moving up the steps. Or Justin, do you have a question for Malachi before we – I'm going to give him the microphone. Don't walk away quite yet. My fault.
So, first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
My question is, Wednesday night, okay, you got some early foul trouble.
Yeah.
Right? How did you adjust to that?
Just sit down and just play defense, man. I don't know. I was in foul trouble Wednesday.
I think you got 2 early ones, didn't you?
No.
If I remember correctly.
I don't think so.
Maybe I had you mixed up. I'm old.
I don't think I was in foul trouble.
I thought you got 2 pretty quick.
No, that was number 3, I think.
Oh, okay. I knew it was one of your guards. But what was the difference between Manual and their quickness and Rock Ridge tonight? Because they're not real slow either.
The difference was that Manual actually the defense on me is literally the best defense I've seen all year out of any team. You know, they pressure the ball really good. You know, Rock Ridge, they do kind of, all ball defense. It was like when I go over a screen, they go under the screen. So, an easy, quick pull up, that was great. Yeah. Fantastic for them.
Yeah, you guys made one heck of an adjustment from the third quarter to the fourth quarter the other night. So tonight, you single-handedly kind of sparked you guys in the second quarter there. Three big threes. You had 9 of the 15 points there. You went from a 5-point deficit to a 5-point lead. Second half comes around. You didn't score, but you did other things. Mm-hmm. How do you take that role from being that spark plug scoring to doing the other little things when everybody else is starting to score?
I mean, sometimes it's time for offense, sometimes it's time for defense. And, second half, it was time for defense and no more scoring, to sit down because number 3 was really a very good shooter.
Yeah, couldn't go?
Yeah, I couldn't leave him tonight.
Yep. And you guys are fairly young as a team, too.
Yeah.
So you guys, and they are as well. They lose, who do we say, Clemmy and Wilson's all they really lose. So you guys very well could be back on, well, maybe not this floor, but in the same situation next year.
Yeah.
You guys.
I'm looking forward to it.
I hope you're looking forward to that super sectional first.
Yeah.
That. Which you get the winner of, was it?
Beerstown, I think.
Is it Alton and, Alton Marquette and Williamsville.
Who won?
They started at 7, so.
Oh, okay.
So, good luck in that game.
Thank you.
And we hope you guys get a trip to Champaign.
Thank you. No, you too.
We'll see if Coach Anderson is still down there. He is. Yeah, we're going to tangle up our microphones here. Justin and I are do-si-doing back and forth. It's a cozy place up here. Yeah, that's fine. We can still tag team this back and forth if you want to.
People, that's all.
Coach Anderson.
Yeah, hey, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks for coming up. Hey,
absolutely.
What's it mean to be taking a sectional plaque back to Macomb? Let's start with that.
I think it's a really big achievement for our program. It's been a long time. We had some ups and we had some downs. Going into the 4-year stretch that we were 3A, and you're going into it, and it's even bigger than just that because it's what do you do with teams aren't that talented? How do you keep them to keep working? Well, you're always like, we got to be playing our best basketball at the end of the season. Postseason's what matters. Try selling that to guys when they know they're going to a 3A regional and you don't have much of a shot.
And you guys were in a situation where you lost 3 games early in the season, back to back to back.
Sure.
And now you have been playing your best basketball as you've gone.
Oh yeah. So this team is different though, right? Because I can motivate them with.
Sure.
All depends on what we do later in the season, that type of thing. These guys have done great. They really have. They've stuck together. There's no better example than the game the other night against Manual. When you look up at the scoreboard, it's 34-16. A lot of high school kids would have said it's time to pack it in, right? But these guys didn't. I thought they played really well together. They kept playing hard, kept executing what we wanted to do. And then I think that kind of bleeds into tonight. Some of we said downstairs is we need that same urgency. We need that same effort that it took us to survive against Manual from the start of the game tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same competitiveness, just a different style.
And after one, you guys trailed 16-11 tonight. But after that, what were the adjustments that you made that you guys got back in it and on top in that second quarter and ended with a 5-point lead at halftime?
They were hurting us inside. They got a lot of those baskets right down in the paint. We had to talk to our post guys about not letting them get deep position. Of course, when you sub Big Jake Hobson in there, it's not nearly as easy to get deep post position. So I thought all 7 of the kids that played most of the minutes just did an outstanding job. They did their job.
I asked this question to Malachi, but I'm going to ask the same question to you because it's going to come from a little different perspective. When you started the season, what were your expectations for this team, and how do you feel that you've measured up to those expectations now? Have you?
I don't ever really do like. I think this team's a regional championship team.
Yeah, of course, I understand.
Because you
that.
never know who you get put with. Obviously, you draw a manual. You never know who you get put with.
Sure.
But the things that we wanted to do was we wanted to make sure that we were competitive each and every night, right? So we're going to build habits. So no matter who we play, we're going to go out and we're going to compete. And if we play well, maybe we win. But it's all about building those habits and getting guys to buy into, hey, these are the things that it takes to win. Well, tonight, we're downstairs. We don't have a lot of Rockridge's X's and O's drawn up. We're talking about, okay, you have to revert back to your level of training. Every single defensive habit has to be the way it was day one, right? And so these guys have done a really good job with that.
What was the difference tonight when you come out ahead of Rockridge by, 54-38, versus the championship game in the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament where Rockridge was able to knock you guys off by 2? What were the big differences in the 2 games?
Well, one thing, that was the second game of the day.
Of course.
It started around, 10 p.m. No one shoots the ball well there the entire week. And both teams are going to play good defense.
Yeah.
In this instance, both teams had a game under their belt in the gym. It's a beautiful facility. Confidence is sky high. Hey, let's let her rip.
What adjustments are you going to try to make? What do you need to work on before you head to the Elite Eight, the Super Sectional?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, and I never ever would have said this about this group, but maybe we were just tired, is we couldn't get a defensive rebound late in that game. We kept giving up second chances, and it darn near came back to bite us. So that's going to go back to being emphasized even more.
Justin, you have any questions for Coach Anderson? All right, Justin's going to take the microphone here, Coach.
First off, Coach, congratulations again.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Good luck Monday. But
absolutely.
My question was, and I asked Braden this, what was your message to them after the game Wednesday night?
I didn't talk for long. The one thing I said was, I don't know what happened. I'm going to have to go back and watch to figure out how we did it. But I'm so proud of you sticking together. And the backstory more to that is when the senior boys were freshmen, we had a heck of a time even getting through open gyms with the bickering and the arguing and all that. That night you saw none of that. And so it's just a testament to their maturity, that they matured, they were competing, they were sticking together. And that was my biggest takeaway from that whole situation.
Okay, and that leads into my second question. After a game like that, obviously a huge, huge comeback and victory, coming into a even bigger game tonight, what was the pregame message to avoid a letdown?
Yeah, so what we wanted to say was we need to pick up where we left off as far as urgency and effort, and the guts, right? The guts that it took to stay afloat against Manual. We need that same approach coming into this game. Now, it's going to be a little different style, but we need that same approach coming into it.
Yeah, Manual obviously is a lot quicker.
Oh,
and Rockridge is a lot more physical.
Try watching it when you're standing 4 feet away. I'd never, and personally, never seen anything like it.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, I got to face those Manual teams with Sergio McClain.
Oh,
and
yeah, absolutely.
But, hey, Coach, congratulations. We'll let you get down there and get out of here.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for coverage. We really appreciate it.
I mean, good luck next week, and hopefully you make a trip to Champaign.
You never know, man. We'll take anything we can get. Thanks, guys.
Pass the microphones back and forth once again. Coach Jeremy Anderson, the victorious Macomb Bombers. They win the sectional title 54-38. Coach Anderson with his 300th career victory tonight. Justin, not much of a sweeter place and a sweeter situation to come away with victory number 300.
Heck no, heading to the Elite Eight.
And it looks like, I was just looking on here, looks like Dante Drake says Williamsville is ahead by 1 at this, whenever he posted that comment. That's probably been a few minutes ago. That game is ongoing. They started at 7 o'clock. They'll be
21-20.
Continuing on throughout the evening. Justin, let's any final thoughts that you have on this game tonight? We've gone through the stats. We've interviewed everybody. There's not too much left to say, but say what you want to say, pal.
No, it was a fun game. I honestly, you're on camera doing that, right? If I go under this light, you might get a little glare.
BJ Stone on car wash duty for tonight.
No, to be honest with you, I expected Macomb to have a little bit of a letdown after the game the other night.
Sure.
But they sure as heck didn't, and they came out firing on all cylinders.
You could argue they played a better game tonight. Even
Oh,
again against
absolutely.
Manual.
Absolutely.
Certainly
I mean,
a better
really,
4 quarters.
Really, they only played about a quarter and a half of basketball like they played tonight the other night.
Yeah.
If they would have played 4 quarters the other night like this,
They blow Manual out.
they'd blow Manual out. So it was a great game all around. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Rock Ridge again on a great season. 26-7, I think, is what they ended. Coach Harris, class act. We talked about him. He's got a lot of returning players next year, so they'll be a force to be reckoned with as well.
Macomb, they come home with a plaque tonight. They will move on to the Super Sectional. They'll play the winner of the Beardstown Sectional Monday night, 6 p.m. at the Bank of Springfield Center. It's in Springfield. I was going to come up with some sort of weird joke about, how it was in Jacksonville or Mendota or something. I don't know, some weird place down in Meridosia. No, it's in Springfield. That's where Macomb will head. They will play the winner of Alton Marquette and Williamsville. And as we said, Williamsville, thanks to Dante Drake for keeping us up on that one, ahead by 1 at last check. Either way, Macomb Bombers coming home with a sectional plaque. Just for Justin Nelson, my partner, I'm Colin. For Johnny, who you can't see here. For BJ, who unfortunately you can. For Dylan, who was on a camera, I think, down below. I haven't even seen him tonight. We thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Bombers victorious tonight, 54-38, the sectional plaque. Coming back to Macomb, and they will move on to Monday night. Thanks for watching. We hope you'll tune in for other broadcasts of TSSR.